Hello, this is Herbalist Natalie, and we are here today to continue our series on using essential oils throughout your house. So today I thought we would do kitchen and kind of cleaning, since those two go hand in hand. One of the main ingredients we're going to be using today is our white thyme, and our white thyme has the chemotype of thymol, which I don't know if you're aware or not, but I thought I would show you this on our website. I've recently started putting all of our certificates of analysis online so that you can see all the different parameters that we use, so like specific gravity and the refractive index. And then we also are now putting all of the chromophotography for each one of our essential oils, which checks for purity and as well as each chemical constituent. So if you're familiar with how to read these are online. If you're not familiar, then you can look at their certificates of analysis, because we do have the main chemical components on there that you would be looking for. So our thyme has 28.83% thymol, which is the main antiseptic property. So that's why we're going to be focusing a lot with thyme today. The only thing with thyme is that it's very strong and it can cause burning. So we want to make sure that we're not going to burn anybody's hands while they're cleaning. So that's why we're going to mix a few different essential oils in there as well. So what we're going to start with today that I thought would be nice, we're going to do a glass cleaner. And for a glass cleaner, you have two options as to the main part of it. You can use water and white vinegar, or you can do water and alcohol. So for this one, we're going to do alcohol. And we're going to get out our big Everclear bottle. So Everclear is nice to use because it's almost pure alcohol. So you can dilute it down as far as you need. So what we're going to do is we're going to add about a quarter of this bottle here. Let's see if I can pour without spilling or minimal spilling. So far, so good. All right, that's about an eighth. So we want to do about a quarter of this bottle. This is a 2-ounce bottle, which means we want about a half an ounce of alcohol in here. And I would recommend that you use a dark bottle. I just wanted to use clear again today so that you could see what we're putting in here. So, and I like to add the alcohol first because it helps emulsify the essential oils down. So we've got our half an ounce of Everclear in there. And then we are going to add, where did I put it? We're going to add some sweet orange, which is one of my favorites because it helps with degreasing. So we can use this as a glass cleaner for windows, or we actually even use the same recipe for our countertops. And then depending on your kitchen, you always want to check to make sure that you're not going to ruin any of it, but you would probably be able to use this on a glass countertop for the stove as well. Just do a small section, make sure that it's okay. So we've got our sweet orange, and we are going to do slowly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. 15 drops of sweet orange. You can use any of the oranges you like. And then we're going to add a little bit of lemon to even liven it up even more. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the lemon. And you can now see it's starting to turn colors. Yay. And then the last thing we're going to do, just a little bit of thyme. And I love thyme for the disinfecting properties. So we are just going to do a very small amount, because it can easily overpower 2 drops. All right, so we're going to give that a nice swirl. I always smell everything before I finish it. It smells nice and fresh. And then we're just going to top that off with some water. And we're going to go all the way to the top with the water. And you'll see it get milky, which is normal with the alcohol and the oils. There we are. The alcohol makes it so the water doesn't stay also. So you don't want to keep wiping and wiping and wiping and wiping. And a nice sprayer. All right. And we're going to do a little shaky, shaky, shaky. And then, for example, if we wanted to clean a surface, once it's primed, then it just makes it super easy to clean and you don't have to keep rubbing. So it just cleans up really, really nicely. It smells nice, and I also find that it helps really get rid of greasy spots. So this is going to be, we'll call it a glass cleaner or maybe even an all-purpose cleaner. Okay, so now moving on to our second one, we are going to make an antiseptic spray. I like to use this to spray down countertops for the kitchen as well as the bathroom. I like it for both. So in this one, we're going to use vinegar, and we're going to use a really small amount of vinegar because I don't want it to be overpowering. So anywhere from 1/8 to 1/4 of this bottle. So we're going to go kind of right in between those two. And again, it's distilled white vinegar. That's really important. Okay, so for our antiseptic, we've got, oh my gosh, my bottles got turned around. Okay, so we're going to start with thyme. And we are going to do, maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 drops of white thyme. And we're going to throw a little bit of tea tree in there also. We're going to do a really small amount, 4 drops of tea tree oil. And then lemongrass. Lemongrass is also a great killer of bacteria as well. And that's going to make this smell nice. We've got 10 drops here. All right, let's check it out. We're going to get a hit of vinegar. And it's strong, that's for sure. So we're going to finish this off with water. We're just going to fill that up again. Oopsie. Little spill. All right. And put a nice little sprayer in there. Give it a good shake. And same thing, if I wanted to clean this off and make it nice and, I don't want to call it sterile, but close to that. And we would just spray, and then the lemongrass makes it smell nice, and then we would just wipe it up. And so you can see it's not leaving a lot of residue behind, and it's not real moist afterwards. So that's what's nice about vinegar, and it also makes things nice and shiny. So those are our first 2 products. Then our third product that we're going to make today are like Saini wipes. So we're going to take some paper towels. So what I did are these little small sheets of paper towels. So you can either cut the large sheets in half, or you can use these. And if I'm going to be using these in the kitchen for, let's say, wiping down a surface, I would leave them big. But I kind of thought today what we might want to do is even one that we can use when we're on the go. So I'm going to actually cut these in half, half-ish, so they don't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to fold them in half one more time. We're going to take our scissors and go right through. All right, so now we have more of like a hand size that we could use even for our hands. And this bag might be a little bit large, but it's what I had at the moment. So we're going to end up putting them in here. Now there are some complicated patterns you can use where you fold it like this, and then when you pull it out, it goes one by one. I don't mind peeling them apart, so it's up to you however you'd like to do that. So here we are with our 2 cups of water. And to this 2 cups of water, we're going to add anywhere from 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of dish soap. So what we happen to have here today is the 7th generation lavender scent, and that's always nice. So we're just going to add a little bit of that. There we are. And we're going to mix that in. And you don't want to get too wild with the mixing because you don't want to make too many bubbles, because that's never fun to try and get those bubbles to come down. So I have a whisk, but we're not going to whisk like crazy. We're just going to kind of make sure that that's all blended in. And if it starts getting too bubbly, we're going to stop. So right around there should be well mixed in. And for this, we're going to only use lemongrass and thyme. So this is going to be pretty strong. We're going to do 5 drops of lemongrass. Maybe. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then our thyme. We're going to do 5 drops of thyme too. So these are going to be pretty powerful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. So, and I'm going to take our stainless steel whisk again and just move it around again, so that we can kind of disperse those essential oils a little bit. Perfect. Now we have two options. The first option is you can soak every individual towel in there, but what I like to do is just stick the whole pile in there. So I'm going to actually cut this pile in half because I did not make a full recipe, and see where we're at. So we're going to just stick that in there. Okay, perfect. We're going to be able to do both of them. And let it all soak in there. Very nice. Okay, and then we're going to open this. And we're going to take our tissues. And again, we have options. So what you can do is you can wring them out a little bit so that they're kind of ready to go. You don't want to dry them out completely, but you also don't want them to be dripping wet. So somewhere in between there. Perfect. And stick them in there. And then you can seal them up and they're ready to go with you. And these would make great little wipes, like instead of using the ones that they have at the grocery store, or after you get in your car from, let's say, a day going out or pumping gas or anything where you think it might be a little icky out there. The other option is you can take this blend and also pour some of it in here so it's more of a wet napkin. I just find that to be way too messy and eventually it'll eat through the plastic. So I like to make them this way. And it looks like we have plenty of water left to make even more. So what I would do in the kitchen, for example, would be just wipe everything down, and you can let it air dry, or you can wipe it up, or if you're using it for your hands, you just want to wipe your hands down, and that helps with any ickies that are out there. So, all right, so that's it for today. I hope that you have fun making these, and if you have any tips or ideas that you like to use in your kitchen, let us know and have fun. Thank you so much. Bye.